Hello everybody and welcome to Sarimic Gaming and Sarimic, and this is the 25th episode, no, 26th episode of our Stellaris series, The Rise of the Aukarans. We have been hard at managing um, the latest mega projects in the Empire after we finally released all of our outer territories. So now we are currently in the process of building extra hyper relays and colonizing a few new planets. We have Jumla. On the system of Jumla, we have Maui, a size 25 um, a size 25 Gaia world, and at the other side we have Kamehameha, which is a size 30 Gaia world. All thanks to Astro Creator Azarin's ability. And we still have one more surprise. Yutan 2 is in the process of terraforming to being the largest rocky planet on the ancient Yut home system. So we're gonna make this one into a sort of Yutan Minoris, and we still have the remains of the vivarium, the ship that accompanied Astro Creator Azarin with us. We're gonna have to find a place to land it on one of our planets via decision, so it can be worked as a sort of memorial place to Astro Creator Azarin's memory, seeing that she's gone. After spending all her charges to terraform those worlds, she's finally gone for good. She's finally gone for good, and the Empire will cherish her dearly. And that's everything that's been going on. We lost Astro Creator Azarin. We finally got those terraforming projects done. We have the technology for Ringworld segments in process. We lost our last scientist, so we're on the process of getting those techs up. We also saw the death of our two emperors, of our two last emperors, and now Empress Waimanu III is taking over with her daughter, Princess Plotopteryx. And we also got declared by the council as the Galactic Custodians. Why? I have no idea. But that should give us some extra diplomatic power. And now we're soon enough gonna get into Federation level 5. We're also the most powerful entity on the Galactic Council, technically. We'll see what comes up. But for now, that's all that has been happening. We're currently checking up all our important colonies to see what is missing in some parts. Not to mention, we ascended our main colonies, our main initial colonies, and now we are in the process of ascending the rest of the empire, so we can further reduce that empire size. We're currently at 367. Pretty hefty reduction, I must say, but we're still waiting for that. So yeah, we're pretty much compensating over there. There's still a few things going here and there. Yeah, more unity for the artisan troupe. Thank you. I need all the unity I can muster. So this is gonna be a big project. We have all our colonies are still filling up. Yeah, we're still filling up all our other colonies as we prepare to ascend them up so they can pump out more resources and reduce our empire size so we can get a reduction on the last mega projects. What is that? Federation level unlocked. Okay, we got level 5. Federal unity, gain 2 unity and raise Troska by 5 for each official assigned to the Federation by any member. Damage to endgame crisis 25%. It's an high Federation centralization. Okay. League loyalty, monthly unity, okay. Now we are behind the Aramatians in terms of economic power, but we were the founders, so it's pretty fine. Yeah, the Federation has been completely maxed. Not much to say about that. It was an interesting run. I feel if things continue like this, I think this should be the final episode because honestly, we have been playing this campaign for over 26 hours in total, and we did everything we could ever do in this campaign. We fought, we conquered another empire, we created mega structures, we terraformed, we made a explored the L cluster, we colonized the L cluster, we made uh, an outer set of colonies far from the empire. We made them vassals. We vassalized, we colonized and vassalized uh, the made a vassal out of the survivors of the empire we conquered, and we basically got to the victory screen. We are the most powerful and influential empire of the current era, with the Kixlutran being a little bit close to us by a difference of 5,000 points or so. What else could we do? Apart of fighting the endgame crisis, of course, which right now is just the a fallen empire that has awoken, and it's not really doing anything. It's just sitting there. It's just they are just standing there menacingly, and they're not doing anything. They're not expanded. They're not declaring war. I don't really know what are those guys doing, but the game is not gonna end until something happens. Until that crisis is averted, and they're not doing anything. So if it continues like this, we are the Galactic Custodian, and we have the backup of the whole galaxy on our shoulder. What else could the Aukarans strive for if not that? There are many projects that I wanted to develop here, like the ring wall system in Manalkidir, but Uh, this game has been running for far too long, in my opinion, and there's nothing interesting going on anymore. We're not we didn't get the chance to fight the Khan, for example. The Khan was assassinated, and the Diadochi have pretty much consolidated. The dimensional commune is the largest of them, and it shouldn't be. I don't remember well who's the correct successor,
Receiving
but
communications.
the Ragarian want to migrate. I'm open to that. You are part of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth protects the Commonwealth. So yeah, we are basically we did all we could do, even the astral planes, because that was the original idea of this series. That we were going to play a campaign with the astral planes DLC and all the other baggage from previous Stellaris content, and we did it. We got the we are the most prosperous, powerful military in terms of military might, economy, technology, population, diplomatic weight on the council, to the point we became the Galactic Custodian, and we have at least three other empires that are vassals to us. And we are also the founders and second most oldest member of a federation. What else would we do, honestly? We're not gonna fight the Praetorian Scourge. We're not gonna, because we are a pacifist empire. We only declared war on the Prikiti because they are an actual menace. Xeno xenophobic purifiers are kill on the spot or pacify situation. So this is all. This is all. So I guess we're gonna chill up on this last episode, looking at all the mighty power we have mustered from our lovely capital of Aotearoa, which is also the seat of the galactic market. Seat of the galactic market, completely ascended with a ring world. Since we could have increased the size with the increased surface ocean decision, but I like the idea of just going with the natural size of the planet. So yeah.
A foreign power is hailing us.
So yeah, that has been all. We have the strange wormhole connected to the center of the galaxy, but um, we haven't really gone over there because the idea wasn't to fight the throne. So we have been doing lots of other things on the side, like making an interstellar assembly, and that's pretty much it. We expand. We're left with the same with almost the same territory we got when we initially expanded. We have changed neighbors as time went on, but in the end we have remained most excellent in these parts of the
Peacefull life
galaxy.
form encountered.
No need to paint them up, no need to expand any further. When we got the chance to colonize a few undiscovered worlds far away, and we set up the colony of Rotuma, things were going really well. Hey, they are ascending their capitals. That's cool. The AI also knows how to ascend their planets. We make we put down some of the space for the Ragarians because they just got to a space when we were started colonized. So we moved to this side of the Galactic Arm, and they went down here until they found the Aukarans. And then we finally unlocked the L gates. There were only Drakes. There were no NPC Empire. There was no Great Tempest event. So, being the last unsurveyed place on the galaxy, we rapidly went and set up a set of orbital habitats. The largest of them being where is it? Oh, there it is. Panago Prime. Which is currently being ascended by these guys to capital extraction world. Interesting. Interesting changes, man. I'll say. So yeah, we started colonizing those places while we were checking up any suspicious activity. But in the end, there was nothing gone. The Khan never attacked us. We suffered some attacks from the Khan initially, but then when we tried to retaliate, a few years or months later, turns out the Khan was killed by an assassination. Via assassination, and his domain collapsed. And the Diadochi fought for who knows how many years until they finally got into this sort of Balkanized border. And then we set eyes on the Prikis because they were conquering the Aramatians pretty heavily. So we had to intervene because they were part of the Federation. So eventually we helped conquer the murderous geckos. And all the territory that was left here, we either... Great Commander Prepaio has passed away at the age of 144 while in service to our empire. Let the masses mourn. That was my Lord Stewart, right? Oh yeah, that's a sad time.
Construction complete.
Let's put
Construction complete.
Commander Timafona. Okay, the citadels are going alright. So yeah, eventually we created the Kingdom of Gish as a way to get rid of unneeded empire size, and also gave up some of our border systems to some of the systems we have conquered to the Aramatians, so we could share a single entry system. So that has been the trajectory of the Aukaran Empire from its humble spiritualist beginnings. They came up from their homeworld to chart the stars as they had charted the seas, and to commune with the huge space dragon that lived on the heart of the system, which is now part of one of our main fleets after we befriend him. And we have been also creating some of its offspring. A pretty interesting relation. Funnily enough, we have a large fleet that we never use, mostly for display, because honestly, we never had to face anything. So it was an interesting send-off. I guess it's gonna be an interesting send-off seeing the state of the galaxy. Everything has been charted. Everything that has not been charted is either blocked by the fallen empires or by marauders or God knows uh, why the NPCs have not conquered. But yeah, it's been a long galaxy, a long and prosperous galaxy. I don't see a lot of conflict, honestly. And we are just here vibing for the most part. You can see there's nothing else going on. There's at least a second federation in the galaxy, which is led by the Sintomoroians, which are kind of our galactic contenders, counterparts per se. They are the second largest empire, I think. No, yeah, alongside the Kixlutrans. Alongside the Kixlutrans, so there's three large spiritualist empires dominating the galactic community. We're kind of like the three heads of the like the triumvirate of the galaxy, which is funny. It's really funny. So yeah, what else can we say about this campaign? I didn't really expect to go this far in an Stellaris game, but I think next time I'm gonna reduce the time a little bit because this went for far too long. We didn't get any action. We didn't get any action. I suppose it should be the game should be shorter, so it doesn't really feel like a slog that we're sitting up on the galactic map, seeing all the movements here and there. Also, I think it also helps for the healthy of the run that you should try and not achieve everything and anything, because honestly, we have so much technology research that uh, bear in mind this was before this series has been going before the technology changes in the latest version of the game. So we got a lot of technologies done. Some of them pretty much repeatables and fillers. So we have been doing this run for a long time, and just look at the times. It's mind-boggling. So we're gonna stay here for one last hour and see if anything interesting happens. If not, we're just gonna give a send off to the Aukaran Empire because honestly, I think they are in a good spot to last for a few million years, unless they get attacked by the Praetorian Scourge or something like that. There's just no point. There's just no point on everything else. So let's see. Do you have the shield thingy? Oh, they're saying that I can close some things as Galactic Custodian, but I don't really care. There's no big menace in this galaxy for all that I see. So honestly, I could care less about the decisions at the Galactic Defense Force. That should go well. We have our own Commonwealth. You have your own Commonwealth. You probably should have your own Commonwealth, I suppose. League of Sovereign Stars. Yeah, they're part of the other Commonwealth with the Tintomoroyans. So yeah, this galaxy is in full prosperity. Like there's no aggressive pulling empire. I think all the genocidals have been conquered or they died off. So I don't. I only see. I think there's only border changes going here and there among not historical rivals. So not much to say. The only big menace to the galaxy are still the mining robots. The automated dreadnought, I think, is the last Leviathan. And there's the thing at the center of the galaxy that I'm not trading with. Because again, as I say, we are a pacifist empire. We are not here to cause trouble, only to defend ourselves. Or make sure to act quickly against looming threats, which was the case of the Prikis. So that was something we could not ignore, or it was going to make us kick the bucket later on. So yeah, we're still at the head. We are still the three of the council. Yeah. So that's it. That's we're just gonna continue checking the state of the galaxy as it runs up. In the meantime, I have been thinking about making new empires, but I haven't been able to quite match up a cool idea for another series. Like, I really like the idea of my necroid pirates. I have mentioned them before in my Twitch streams. The Karstian Dreadfleet is based on the same name of the same faction from Warhammer Fantasy. So they are a race of necroid xenos which have very long lifespans, almost like if they were a vampire, and they live on a massive habitat complex because their planet was destroyed long ago. So, or they colonized this system long ago, and they live in space in big habitat stations. And suppose technically the gameplay of them is very similar to the Dread Fleet on Total War Warhammer. Just one big pirate haven, and you try to ride other factions and stuff to increase your power. The problem is that doesn't really work for Stellaris because sometimes you spawn in a place that is completely devoid of any other neighbors. So you end having sent massive fleets of scouting ships only to find empty space or maybe a fallen empire and stuff. It's a really, or maybe it's because of the specifications I have given to a game. So I think next time I've been trying to tweak out my game presets so we get more empires at the start of the game. We get more empires, so there's more chances to find some neighbors and bully them up. Because again, the idea of the Karstian Dread Fleet is not to go wide like the Aukaran Empire did. The idea was not to go really wide. The only reason why we went wide was because we wanted to have choke
Construction
points,
complete.
right? So you see Firimalba, you see Saonus, you see G, you see
Construction
Sura,
complete.
Alpha Linsis. We wanted systems that were a choke point, and we couldn't find them. So we just kept expanding until we
Construction
found them,
complete.
and that was what shaped up the geography of our
Council
empire.
agenda ready.
But by that time, we were too much expanded to, you know. I'm gonna give you a statistician because I need more research. And I'm gonna give you the strategies because you're part of the council now. And I should probably select a new. I'm gonna give psionic supremacy. So as I was saying, uh, that look for choke points is what shaped the size of our empire, our geography, our borders. And by the time we colonized the outer territories, we were far too wide, far too chunky, so to roll back. So we just rolled with it. It's not the same with the Carthian because the idea is to play a one system challenge with habitats. You already have the technology to make habitats. You can transform your whole system into habitat complexes. So you are extracting everything from your home system without depending on additional colonies. The problem is that playing as a pirate in Stellaris is really complicated because there is no galactic market to sell slave and slave populations, and you have to declare war on another empire to get the resources. And in the end, the payoff is just a few extra minerals and credits and stuff on your wallet. You're not even when you can pretty much generate those same things on from the home world, right? Unless the idea is that you transform your whole home world into a forge, and you are just churning up alloys to feed big riding fleets, right? Which sounds counterproductive, taking into account that you modify all your infrastructure to be able to have a properly balanced planet or so. I don't know. It's a complicated matter. Um, a complicated matter. So I have been a part of them. I have been trying other things. For example, I tried a Doomsday Empire. Doomsday is an origin where you have to go around the clock to escape your home world because it's gonna explode over a few decades. I tried everything. I tried to see if I can rush habitats to before rushing habitats before the planet explodes. That's not feasible on the time frame of the game. It's very rare, supposedly, to roll out the technology for habitats before the planet dies. So I have considered the other option, which is create robotic populations that are gonna be able to colonize the planets that because you don't get guarantee habitables on the game, right? So the idea is that those planets that have an habitability malus, you can kind of go around them
Technology secured.
by creating robots. So the idea was to the idea was to make a technocracy sort of empire that will focus on researching robot populations to a degree that will allow them to get leadership and stuff, and colonize the other planets. And maybe we will lose the other pops, the organic pops, and just continue as a bunch of robotic custodians that are taking over what their fallen empire, their fallen creators did. Something like that. It will be a cool role play to see that you cannot save your species, but your robotic servants can live on instead. It will be funny because you can also just not give a fuck about habitability and just send your pops over there as refugees even if there's nothing else.
Under attack.
Pirates. I don't think pirates are gonna hit my planet, taking into account we have a ring world, a ring, a ring thing here. Yeah, the pirate fleet got absolutely destroyed by the orbital ring of Rapa Nui. That was cool to watch. As I was saying, it will be cool of a roleplay that's saying that yeah, your organic species is doomed from the start. They're not gonna be able to leave their home world on time, so perhaps you can send a bunch of robots to take over the task. That would be a cool idea. There are others I have considered um, the new origin that allows you to, as a plantoid fungoid, to expand you to colonize planets by letting space animals to eat some fruits and drop them off on planets with their guano. But the thing is, the gameplay is still too clunky for my taste. It's like, oh yeah, this T-Yankee is gonna the T-Yankee have traveled far and wide to get those seeds, and now you have a potential colony on the other side of the galaxy. It's like, bro, when am I going to do that? It's a very random thing to get. Um, the Caribbean displays ionic potential. Okay. Another one has been what other factions? I have tried to play a tall megacorp with espionage and stealthy ships, but it was sort of a criminal syndicate thing. But again, the same thing happens as with the Dread Fleet. Um, Most of the time, when I booted up the game, there wouldn't be any nearby empires to start dropping um, criminal holdings, right? So it kind of takes off the whole plan of playing it around. So that's also far. I think it would be cool if we take a rest from Stellaris for a while as the new DLC drops off. There's a huge load of changes coming up, especially the Machine Age DLC has a lot going on compared to Galactic Paragons or Astral Planes. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to buy it when it drops. But that's probably gonna be a lot of new ways for me to change my empires, my empire customs, and we will see what comes out of that. I suppose we will see what comes out of that. So let's wait it up. We still have 20 minutes, so let's keep watching. I think the most interesting thing is that we didn't really change our borders on the whole game. Like the same factions we met are the same factions that are still standing. We met the Dimascul at the start of the game, along with the Vetiricians. We tried to make relations with them, but it didn't really advance too much. And then we met I think it was the Glirans, which are actually part of our Commonwealth now. We have all been separated by this tract of systems that are blocked by marauders and robots. And the rest of the galaxy has just opened it up and continue exploring until everyone finds each other. And that has been the rest of the game plan.
Receiving communications.
The Grirans want to exchange technologies. Okay, we can do that. We have a lot of technology to share. I think I'm gonna wait until the Machine Age releases to make an empire focus around the Dyson Sphere. Why? Because I tried to do something similar a few years ago. I think it was. It was an empire inspired by one of the factions of Let's See from Fail Better Games. What's called the what's called the sequencers, because the the original faction from the other game is called the I forgot the same. The new sequence or something like that. It's called. So basically, the idea is it's a machine called. I was using mods back then. It was a modded empire that had whose origin was about a tomb world orbiting a ruined Dyson sphere. So they had this sort of machine cult around the so-called Dawn machine, and the whole roleplay of the Empire was to be a group of xenophobic bossos trying to get enough power to reignite the mega structure on their home system. But I never got around it. Like I don't know. There's always something going on in Stellaris sometimes. But you think you have your empire doing the correct things, and suddenly things get the game curves your expectations and throws you something that you can deal with, which was the case of one of the empires I played on stream. which was the Iota Federation, which is basically my own twist of the Tau from Warhammer 40k. Just a bunch of reptiles forming a greater good, plain eager explorers, so they don't have any hyperlane technology, and you have to live out of subspace drives. It was a pretty fun run. We had a pretty sizable empire despite not having to wait forever to get the jump drive technology. But eventually, it turned out that our empire was sitting right with a wormhole right inside of us and right next to us, and they can use that to invade us and completely obliterated our holdings. So that was the end of it, which is pretty funny taking into account that when the Khan showed up on this run, he basically invaded all the other empires, and when it finally set its eyes on us, it died a few years later. So yeah, shit happens. Shit happens. I don't. I'm still learning the ropes of this game, honestly, because yeah, you can make something like the Aukaran Empire and live for a long time and make lots of friends and make lots of and make a whole hyper relay network and mega structures like habitats or ring stations. But if every game is gonna be like that, well, it kind of takes the point, right? So I like the idea of making themed empires that have a special gist going on, which I kind of wish it has some kind of weight on the victory screen, because from what I see, Stellaris tends to weight a lot the things like the economy, technology, everything counts to the victory score. So if you're not doing everything, you're not gonna win the game. So it's a bit of a letdown that, unlike distant worlds, the game doesn't really like take into account personal win count, right? Like in distant worlds, each empire has its there's of course a tech economy military uh, waiter on the victory screen, right? But also each empire has some kind of personal. Each faction you can choose has kind of a personal goal, right? So, for example, the goal of um, the goal of one faction, for example, is to have killed the most sandworms in the galaxy, or have the most frozen control most of the frozen planets on the galaxy, or have the largest fleet on the galaxy, or enslave the most other races on the galaxy. Each species has its own set of rules to secure the win con. Whereas in Stellaris, it's like, oh yeah, we count everything. So make sure to get a pretty sizable empire with a pretty sizable economy, technology, military, a lot of relics and stuff, and you're probably going to win the game. But at what cost? At the cost of every empire I may pay pretty much the same, I suppose. There's of course that's just my opinion, of course, because I'm not an expert at this game. I never play multiplayer, for example. So people like EP or Montu, they know the game from the bottom up. So they get to they how they do all those teamed empires that have crazy wincons. Well, they know how to use the mechanics of the game, but I try to play it more organically with what I know, but it's still sometimes kind of hard to think out a strategy, especially when you are getting the same artifact sometimes. Like I don't know why every now and then I don't know how many times I've gotten the head of Sarklan on my empires. Like I don't know if that's something that is confirmed to happen. Then go with the kaleidoscope thing. But all the other things we got it from astral planes or from precursor stuff or random locations. So yeah, I wish I could play my more teamed empires. Honestly, like I really like the idea of some of those custom empires. The problem is the execution. Like sometimes you want to play like one particular way and the game just says no. You're gonna have to play like this and you like it because there's no way to there's no way to fill up your request. There's no way to feel what you want to play. So that little criminal syndicate may not have any neighbors to sack them. That little xenophobic, that little pirate station is not gonna get any business because you spawned on the middle of nowhere. It's a bit disheartening at times, but I suppose that's how it is. So I'm gonna have to check out my presets next time to see if I can get more empires to play around with those rules because I have created a lot of inspired empires in my Stellaris in my history playing this game. Everything from from the dooms from the Doomsday guys to the Aukaran Empire to some more inspired by Games Workshop, like the Karstian Dreadfleet or the Empire of Sarnagron. I tried to play the Chaos Dwarfs in Stellaris. It was a pretty funny endeavor. It kind of was spiritually subterranean and I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was subterranean in those. But yeah, it's fun to try and make those themed empires and see how they play out. The problem is that sometimes you don't really get the, the cool things happen because of X or Y situation. So we'll see. I have to check out those preset settings and see if I can improve the chances of getting those empires based on interaction to work. But anyways, we're in the last minute, so it seems there was nothing going on. So I think I'm gonna do one last thing here. And is that I'm gonna send all my military fleets to here. I want to get one last big fight before the end of the series. So I'm gonna get a new commander here. All right, you can't assign that one. We're gonna send all our fleets to this system, and we're gonna fight the automated dreadnought. We're gonna get that last relic piece by beating the last Leviathan. We're gonna get over with this series. Interesting that all the other friendly fleets have like invisible ships. Now the question is if they're gonna be able to jump into the Dimascul space. So taking into account we are the Galactic Custodians, we should be able to fly over there, right? Oh, they actually jump. Okay, all the fleets are coming along. Okay, everybody is getting there. Huh? Frozen complex. Okay, that's one of the last. That's new. Interesting. We are still we are still finding archaeological sites at this point. But anyways, this is the end of the series. There's no point to check that out. I think next time I think a lot of the novelty of this that you expand a lot and explore all the things on your territory, and there's nothing left. There's just nothing left. The Targaryen wish to get the Varitan Dimensional Commune Association with the Federation. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Okay, guys, you ready? Are you ready for this? I want to see your screaming face. So we have space dragons, we have endgame ships. The only thing I think I'm missing is the Darklands faithful ship fleets. I think those were left on the home world, on the home borders. Or maybe I'm wrong. A single massive warship has been discovered patrolling the Ler Summon system. No life signs can be detected on the vessel, but it is emitting a very strong power signature and appears to be bristling with weapon systems. It does not respond to hails. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah, look at the size of that thing. But look at the size of our fleet. We have a freaking space dragon with us. This is gonna be a kaiju fight. Let them fight.
Attacking enemy vessels.
Oh, they started already. Okay. Let's see how much this thing survives. Dreadnought disabled. You have managed to disable the automated dreadnought in the Lair Summon system. Despite the punishment it took from our ships, the structural integrity of the warship's massive hull remains largely intact. Our boarding parties found the mummified remains of the dreadnought alien crew still manning their stations before expiring. Before expiring, they activated some kind of automated patrol mode, which the limited shipboard AI has been locked in for the past 7.8 million years. Although it will take an incredibly amount of resources, some of our engineers believe that the dreadnought can be restored and put back into service with our fleet. It will certainly make for a powerful flagship. It will be a waste of research Salvage it for parts. Where's the where's the decision? We didn't even get a relic or anything. That's a bit sad. Well, I suppose that's the end of that. Let's wait for the last save state and we're done. We got everything we could hope for to achieve in this run, and we even fought a Leviathan. That's all I wanted. We got all the things we wanted to. Weird that I don't see the decision to parade the Dreadnought.
Spaceborne lifeform encountered.
Well, that's enough for the Aukaran Empire. So that was the state of the game as far as we got. We got to technically the victory screen. We are at the top of the victory screen, but the game has been running for so long. I don't see any hope on waiting for the end game crisis, so we're gonna shelve it up. We got enough episodes out of this, so it was a nice exercise. We saw all we could do out of galactic paragons and astral planes, but now it's time to try something new. So so this is the this will be the end of our Stellaris series for the time being. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow the channel. You can also find me on X. I post there regularly. And on Twitch, we stream every day from Monday to Saturday after 8 p.m. American times. I don't know what's gonna be the next series. I'm still thinking up because Ringwall is gonna get an update soon enough on April. Stellaris is also getting updated too. I don't worry too much about Stellaris because I don't have any mods installed. Ringwall, however, there's some mods out there. So, if that doesn't pan out yet, maybe I will start. I will do an Star Sector series alongside a Skyrim one. That's still on the planning phase. I still have a full week to think about it, so stay tuned. Thank you for all the people that have followed the channel. I really appreciate. I didn't really I didn't really expect this channel to start getting some subscribers, but it was a nice touch. So I hope to be doing a little bit more of content on the long run. So thank you so much. I hope to see you next time, and stay tuned for any updates. Goodbye.